Prince Mshiyeni Hospital has been without water for more than 3 weeks now. The hospital is the largest in the area and was cut off from water supply during the floods in April. Newzroom Afrika reporter Karinda Jagmohan is on the story for us as the KZN Premier conducts an oversight visit to the area. Karinda, tell us more then about why it is that this hospital has gone without water for so long.
Indeed, Timbekile, we're standing at the site, the entrance to Umlazi, where there was massive damage caused by the torrential rain on the week of April 11th. My colleague Mshiyeni will show you behind us how the bridge, the road has completely washed away. And underneath this road were sewage pipelines and water pipelines that have also been completely damaged, leaving most parts of Umlazi without water, including Prince Mshiyeni Hospital, which is about 3 kilometers just going towards Umlazi. Now, that hospital services the whole area of Umlazi, and it hadn't had water for 3 weeks because of this. As a result, JoJo tanks have had to be brought in. There are portable toilets being used at the hospital, and along with this, some clean drinking water being donated. But you can imagine that for a hospital there needs to be constant water supply because of the work, the operations that the hospital is essentially doing. Today the KZN Premier is going to come here to this particular site to see how the damage can be attended to and perhaps give an update to the media about the time frame in terms of fixing this area. You'll see just next to us the sewage pipe is left open and that sewage floating out of the pipe, and then there are pedestrians who are having to walk across now the landslide that occurred during the torrential rain and flooding. Vehicles obviously cannot pass through here. There's no road, and so this is also causing massive traffic during the peak traveling times. It's really chaos here at the entrance to Umlazi as a result of the damage caused by the flood. The nearby river had overflowed into this area, and then the might of the rain also damaged the infrastructure here. Later today, the Premier will give a full update to media about the progress in terms of recovery from the flood, but still, as we were talking yesterday and today, the biggest concern in eThekwini at this point is water supply to many parts of the city still, because water infrastructure remains damaged, and in some cases it may take months to fix this infrastructure, and so residents are still having an extremely tough time to get water, along with organizations and important facilities like the Prince Mshiyeni Hospital.
And Karinda, while we wait for that briefing from the Premier, people also want to hear about the search that is continuing for the remains of some of the flood victims, because as recently as this weekend, some families were still saying that they've not found their loved ones yet.
That's correct. There still remains missing people, and at this point, this is now a recovery for bodies of those who are missing, because it has been 3 weeks since the flood occurred. Just this weekend, the Umlazi family buried, we understand, 6 of the 10 family members that went missing. 4 family members remain missing, and their bodies were found kilometers away from where their house was washed away. This is the mother and 9 children. In a similar manner, there are many other families that are waiting to try and find some closure in terms of burial for their loved ones, because they're yet to find the bodies of their missing loved ones. In areas like Mshiyeni, which is quite close to Inanda, one of the issues is that, or the fears is that bodies may be buried beneath the rubble and the debris, and excavation machinery cannot make its way to those areas because of landslides like you're seeing behind me. And so it's really going to take mass operations and many months now to try and reset or go back and look for bodies and even rebuild infrastructure. For some, they have said in media reports that they have to find closure and acknowledge the fact that they might not find their missing loved ones at this point. But those operations are still continuing, including relief operations to get water, relief aid to some of the most affected communities. There are still over 6,000 people that remain homeless as a result of the floods. They're living in community shelters, and this comes as we are seeing yet another rise in COVID-19 cases. So it's another burden being placed on the province, on this region, the municipality, as they're still trying to recover from one of the most deadliest natural disasters in recent history.
Karinda, Jagmohan, thank you very much for that update.